What's going on? This is AlTone, and welcome to another absolutely fantastic vlog 2020, episode 43. So today I really want to talk about just getting drowned in the noise of this world. I guess maybe I should try to translate that a little bit more, or better, make it a little bit more clear. There's been a lot of stuff going on around us. We're hearing stuff on the news. Do we have a vaccine? Does somebody have a vaccine? There's civil unrest and racial tensions and all of these different things happening. And I don't know if you noticed this, but the news has a tendency to actually share that seems to have the greatest amount of impact. And what usually has the greatest amount of impact is the negative stuff going on around us, as well as the fact that we have to deal with all the other stuff that people are saying and doing around us, and how all of this stuff is affecting us on our job, affecting us in church, affecting us everywhere. So you might wonder, why is it that I don't talk about a lot of these things? I purposely don't talk about them. And even to the point where there's some things that are very controversial as a Christian male, as a follower of Christ, that many people talk about and argue about on a regular basis. And I believe that I was led by the Holy Spirit, and this is dealing with me personally, not to entertain those things, not to be led or guided by the craziness of the world around us, not to be pressured to expose or not to expose myself to others based on the COVID situation, not to be pressured to say something about the racial injustices I've experienced myself and what my thoughts on those injustices might have been, on how I dealt with it or how I continue to deal with it, or any of that. I just feel in my spirit it's not necessary. And I see so much happening. We get drowned in the noise of this world to the point where we forget what our true purpose is, especially if you have a relationship with Christ, if you have built and are working on developing that relationship with God. You're constantly getting hit from this angle and that with other things that will distract you and take your mind off of the one thing that he wants. If we look back at Moses, back when Moses brought them out of Egypt, and Moses went up on the mountain, and God said, I want my people to come up and I want to talk to them. But they saw the lightning and they saw all the crazy things going on in the clouds around it, and they were afraid. It's like, no, we don't want to be that close to God. We're going to let you go speak to him. I believe all that crazy, all those things, the actual power of God in that situation is a somewhat parallel, because what's going on in this world is a result of the sin in this world, I believe. But it's a parallel to the idea that I see something that I don't understand, and I'm going to focus on what I don't understand and the things that cause me fear, rather than focusing on the one who is in control of all of it, the one who loves me and even sacrificed his son on the cross for me so that I can be in his presence. God wanted to be in the Israelites' presence. He wanted to speak to them the way that he spoke to Moses. But they were like, no. They refused it. And so he's still asking us right now. He still wants to be in our presence. He sacrificed his son so we could be in his presence. And what do? We continue to say no, because we're so distracted by the things that's going on around us. It's just noise. It's continuous noise. And I truly believe that if we stop focusing on the noise, stop listening to the loud noises, and stop listening to the lightning strikes and the fireworks that's going on in different places and different things happening around us. It's good to know about those things. Now, my mom gets me on this for quite a bit. She says, you need to know what's going on in the world around you. Yes, I absolutely agree with that. But do not let those things take you off of the pursuit to have a relationship with God, the pursuit to understand his word, the pursuit to be filled with his Holy Spirit, the pursuit to feel the fullness of the joy, peace, and self-control in all situations that he is actually allowing us to be able to have access to through Him. So last week, I actually talked about, or the last video, I actually talked about getting closer to God. And to me, rather than focusing on the trivial questions, the things that are politically incorrect in this world, and standing on this pedestal to stand for one piece or fighting against one belief or the other belief, I prefer to use my strength, my energy, and my focus on getting a better relationship with Him and encouraging you to be able to understand that you have value, regardless of what all this noise is saying around you. No matter what anybody says, anybody does, anybody thinks, you have an enormous amount of value because you were created in the image of God, and He is asking you and me to be a full representation of who He is on this earth. My focus is to just encourage you to find your value in God and then use the gifts that He's given you to be a blessing to others, because in doing so you'll recognize, you'll be able to see your value for yourself and see how you are impacting others around you in a positive way. I hope this helped you in some way. If it did, please continue the conversation down in the comment section. I love each and every one of you. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.